Unplug, deplug, replug.
You guys know that one.
That old tale from the sea.
Megatron must be stopped, no matter the cost.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Autopod Decepticast. This is your weekly podcast that delivers a minute-by-minute breakdown of the 1986 Transformers movie. We are up to episode 59, fellas, which means we're covering the 58:01 to the 59-minute mark. This is your host, Aaron, speaking, and to my right are two men who, like a fat surgeon living with a hernia, are trigger-happy for the white stuff. In fact, just the other day, Caleb was saying to us, "When I was your age, I lost on Jeopardy!" The saga begins, Ryan jabbed at Caleb. "I'm gonna buy me a condo." "Eat it," said Caleb, daring to be stupid. Like Gandhi, too, I knew I was gonna have to halt the animosity. Guys, one more minute. I mean, we might as well face it, we're all addicted to spuds. "Georgia the Jungle would never wear those shoes," Caleb screamed in my direction. Ryan defended me. "Well, they're good enough for now. It's a dog-eat-dog world." Caleb retorted viciously back at Ryan. "You're a toothless person, a regular Beverly Hillbilly." Ryan got defensive. "I can't help that I love Rocky Road. Stop dragging my car around."
He's still going.
"Another one rides the bus," Caleb replied, acting like he was the king of suede or something. I tried to lighten the mood again. "Caleb, remember that time you were stuck in a closet with Vanna White?" Caleb was taken aback. "She never told me she was a mime," he sniffled. "I was only kidding," I chuckled. "She drives like crazy anyway." Caleb cracked a smile. "You guys want to go to Spatula City? Pick up some Spam and lasagna? Like we used to?" Ryan beamed. "Should we pick up Mr. Frump and his iron lung along the way?" Ryan asked. "Nah," I said. "He smells like Nirvana."
Well, I guess that deserves a little Tennessee Williams or Arthur Miller. I'm sorry, you're Arthur. How long did that take you?
Why can't I be, what's the Hamilton guy?
I don't know.
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Shit, that guy.
Who cares about that lowbrow stuff? Let's talk about
that is
significant cultural.
So alternatively, I thought I could just, it almost is like a storybook, like at the beginning when I say, in fact, just the other day, Caleb was saying, and then there's a sound effect, blah, 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 and then he just reads it. We do our parts.
I think
if we have time, we can try it maybe, but or just let it ride.
I think
it'd be easier to edit this bullshit.
I liked that what you just did.
I think what you just did works better than that.
It also coincides with my desire not to read it.
All right, so you guys want to actually introduce yourselves?
I am Ryan.
I'm Caleb,
and we went and saw Weird Al.
That was what inspired that little intro there.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Oh gosh, yeah.
He was at
the last time I saw you.
He was at the Galois. He's on his tour where he's based. And I didn't know until like the couple of days before we went and saw him that it was like mostly original songs and like he
stripped down.
Yeah, it was a bare bones operation. Emo
really
Phillips
stripped down. It was. I mean, all the instruments were there.
But like not
costumes.
his usual theatrical.
Okay. Stripped down from a visual standpoint.
They had stools. They were sitting on stools.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So that kind of puts you right there.
Yeah. There was a lot of action going on.
It was
That was pretty cool.
The lighting was off the chain.
It was. There was mostly lighting effects, but it was great.
Yeah.
It was at the Galois, and like we had. I actually at one point I went down to get a drink, and I passed Emo Phillips on the stairs, and thought about saying something to him, but it chickened out.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, he was very funny.
And I don't normally like kind of one-liney comedians.
Emo, like that's a whole other level.
I'm very different.
Yeah, his delivery is amazing.
Did you guys have any favorite moments, favorite songs?
I did like the encore that he did. He did one parody song, which he did the Star Wars.
Yeah. He gave everyone a taste.
That's the only that's the only one that he did kind of in the style of the original recording.
Oh,
right?
That's true too.
Because he did like a montage of parodies that were all in sort of different styles than the style he was mocking originally. And I'm trying to
interesting twist on
right.
Yeah, and all his songs he did, they were mostly like changed up a little bit. Like he did do "Dare to Be Stupid," but it was in a different style.
Yeah. That irritated me.
I would have liked the original better, but
I see what
it was a B-side anyway. It wasn't a big single.
I see what he was after.
I'm trying to remember. "Dare to Be Stupid" was done sort of in what style? I'm trying to remember.
I think
it was like I did record a part of it. Like I don't know if it was "Dare to Be Stupid" I think it was, but the audio is so bad, and also I had some cognitive dissonance about being like, well, I don't know about recording a show.
You're a little bootlegger, right?
I know. Oh God, it's touching me,
literally tickling you.
But like I understand why he switched up the hits that he did at the end, but "Dare to Be Stupid" wasn't necessarily a hit. So why'd he randomly pick that one? Anyway, get in touch with us.
Didn't he change every song, though? Wasn't every song done in a different style? Was it not?
Yes, the ones that were his famous parody songs.
Right, yes.
But his original...
Super famous ones,
his originals that aren't really based on... They're not parodies.
Right.
They just played them.
Oh, well.
But even his parodies that weren't hits, he played straight.
Oh, man.
Anyway. Well, we don't have to relitigate the show. Anyway, I had a good time, and
awesome. I'd never seen him
I was
before.
pretty drunk. I'd never seen him either. It was my first concert I've ever been to.
And how did you like it?
Probably last. It's very loud.
That's the first concert you've ever been to?
Yeah, we've covered how I don't care about music.
Yeah, but I guess I never thought about that. You're 40 years old, man.
Why would I go to concerts? They're so loud and crowded.
I understand. It just didn't occur to me that you hadn't even been to one before.
See, I'm the guy who would, if I were to go to a concert, I'm like, play it exactly the way it is on the CD. Don't do anything new. And so I'm like, why would I go to a show?
Well, because I like to go to concerts because they're actually out there performing it without the crutch of a studio.
Yeah, badly, usually.
Playing it live.
Not usually. You can't make that distinction if you don't go to concerts.
That's true, but it's never as good.
That's subjective and wrong.
Well, one would say
wrong.
if it's better, well then that's just bad work in the studio. Like it should be better in the studio than it should be live.
There's a whole different experience live versus studio.
Yeah, I think you're I think
I just don't
You're
care.
living under this rule that you've invented that the live experience has to be exactly like the studio experience.
And I don't want that.
That's what I would want, but also I don't care. Right. Like I don't have any interest in music really at all.
Well, this has devolved. It's from a great Weird Al moment.
This is not new information.
I know. Well, I just didn't. I know. Understand.
I guess I did kind of go to a concert one time at the was it Big Bad Voodoo Daddy?
Oh, yeah. That is a concert.
We saw that at the what was that place called at the time?
It was called the Juke Joint.
Joint.
Was it close enough to the album for you, to the Swingers soundtrack?
Yeah, I was also pretty drunk, so I don't really remember. I remember unsuccessfully hitting on a girl.
And you were 18.
Yeah, and it was a place where...
Thanks, Juke Joint, for letting minors drink at your establishment.
I've been to both of the concerts that you've ever been to.
Were you there? Oh.
Yes, I was there.
Yeah, the Juke they had wristbands, but also you could just wear long sleeves, and they did not check.
A girl that I worked with was there, and she said she wasn't, and she was over 21, and she said she wasn't drinking, so she just gave me her wristband.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I threw up in the bathroom that night. I think I threw up in a urinal.
I do remember when we got home from that. Ryan and I were roommates at this time, and we had a recliner in the living room, and I remember waking up at some point in the night, and you had fallen asleep in the recliner, but it had tipped over on its back, and so I came out, and your legs are just dangling in the air.
I like also that you're like, well, I guess maybe he'll choke on his own vomit. Back to bed.
I didn't even think of it. So, all right. Well, maybe it's time to recap the last episode.
Yeah, why?
What's
the point? Music's bullshit.
The statements of Ryan Jett do not reflect the feelings of the Autopod Decepticast.
I was thinking that we would maybe post this, we tweet and link in Weird Al,
We should.
But yeah.
I don't know.
Ryan's got some comments like music is bullshit. Maybe Al would agree.
I bet a lot of people that like Weird Al aren't necessarily huge music fans.
Sure. This one.
He brings people together. So, in addition to having an amazing time with our friend Mike Seibert, That was a great episode, great interview, lots of chit chat. We saw Ultra Magnus attempt pathetically to harness the power of the Matrix, only to be shot up and blown apart like a fucking crash test dummy. And with that, Galvatron took possession of the Matrix and plans, it seems, to use it to dispose of his own master, aka Unicron. So right as we kick off the top of this minute here, Galvatron states that with this, he's going to make Unicron his slave.
And Unicron is not into it.
Because Unicron can see and hear everything Galvatron does, he screams in anger. So we touch on this a little bit, and have probably said it several times, but since here we are in the movie, why doesn't he torture Galvatron? What's our theories?
I thought of this too, and before I think we had speculated that because he's in proximity or has possession of the Matrix, that offers some kind of protection. Right. But then I remembered, spoilers, whenever Galvatron literally has it around his neck inside of Unicron, he gets tortured.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Because that's what he does to torture him to make him attack Hot Rod.
And also, it would stand to reason that even though Ultra Magnus couldn't open it, it would be fucked up if the Matrix afforded Galvatron some kind of protection that it did not afford its rightful heir.
Maybe the Matrix doesn't care. In the comics, it is interested in evil.
That's true, yeah.
So,
yeah. So really, what would you call this? Just like a fuck up?
I think this is, again, just another because movie point. It's like, I don't know how it would work if he tortured him. Like, why would... Yeah, I think they just have to do it to get to the movie.
Sure. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to turn the audio back on so we can hear it. I'm going to ask you guys if you remember where the sound... Okay, listen to the Unicron sound effect and tell me if it rings any bells.
Unicron, my master. With this, I shall make you my slave.
So do you guys recall that sound effect?
I believe that is the Millennium Falcon blasting off of sound.
Oh, if it is, that's interesting. That's not where I was going with it.
What were you going
If that is, though, I want to know more about that. Remember the scene back at the very... right after Optimus Prime died, and the Matrix was passed to Ultra Magnus. Mm-hmm. Then you saw a scene of Unicron getting mad, and I think he exploded. So he ultimately exploded and made that same exact sound. But while you were in looking at those TVs, you heard that sound effect like 2 or 3 times. Very muffled for some reason, as if we were hearing him yell from deep inside of him.
I don't think they yell, but I think the initial that is the Millennium Falcon acceleration sound, which they use anytime. Basically, in this movie, they use a ton. Like when Starscream blasts off through that closing clamshell, it makes his thrusters make that sound.
Oh, that's awesome!
And a lot of the jets make that sound. But yeah.
Awesome. Well,
Nelson Shin, man,
way to reuse those sound effects.
He had access to those tapes.
So we, at this point, fade back to Quintessa, and we see Hot Rod and Cup on sort of a plank of judgment, if you will.
Yeah, it feels like a really long time since we've seen Hot Rod and the Cup.
I guess it's been, a couple episodes?
It's been
a few episodes.
For us, it's been
like a month.
We've been stuck on Junkion for 3 or 4 weeks. So, on that plank of judgment, the prosecutor speaks. He asks the guys if they'd like to beg for their lives, as every now and again it seems leniency maybe is delivered. And as he's speaking, we see close-ups of the Sharkticons' fins circling the waters, awaiting their next meal.
Yeah, maybe I'd had too many or not enough martinis when I was watching this last night, because I started really focusing on the prosecutor's words, like beg for your life. It sometimes helps, but not often. And then I got real weird, like real world into it. Like if this was really happening to me, how scary that is, of like nothing matters. This is a total like nothing I do is going to matter. I'm still going to be killed and tortured. And it started like I got down this rabbit hole of thinking about the Toy Box Killer, which is
Oh, here we go.
David Parker Ray. He
course.
captured. Yeah.
I like Ryan's acting like he doesn't want to talk about it, but we all know he's gonna talk about it.
Oh, I definitely want to talk about it. Anyway, it's a toy box killer. Nobody seems to know who this is, but I think it's because it's so gross. But he built like this elaborate torture chamber where he would kidnap women and do awful things to. But he had them like restrained when they would come to. He had an audio tape he would play about the rules of what they have to do, and it just reminded me of this, of like someone telling you what's going to happen and nothing you do matters. And I just got real weird with it. Anyway,
Yeah, no,
just like it got so scary.
No, I'm really weird with it. Dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, go look that up
Ryan.
at work.
Nope. That's unsettling. Yeah, so being confronted with death would be a bad thing.
That
Nobody
I guess
likes
if you
that.
want to boil it down to that,
I
sure.
mean, what if you're captured by ISIS and you're facing a sword to the neck?
What is...
It's the same, all the same difference. It's all the same.
Are
all
they
the
operating
same.
in
All of
Springfield?
it's the same. It's all the same.
It's all the same. Those moments before you're snuffed.
It's not all the same.
Well, I mean, that's all. We all are going to experience that moment.
I do
before
think about more
before
often.
What we're gonna get experience? What moment? ISIS?
Yeah, all of
or
us
a
are definitely
Sharkticon tank or a torture chamber.
It may not be via murder. It might be via the hands of the time,
the hands of
the
the
ever
time.
revolving clock.
Morris Day in the Time is gonna
It's gonna kill him.
That would be
Jungle
the way,
Love?
That's the way I would want to go out.
Who would swing the proverbial axe? Morris Day himself.
Probably. I would hope it'd just be a band wide, like a whole band just beat down on me. You know?
Oh, wow.
Oh, see, in my mind, it was like a pit or like a pit in the pendulum thing where there's that big like knife that's
No.
like swinging back and forth while you listen to the song, and
Yeah.
then at the end it cuts you in half,
Okay, well that's pretty twisted, but yeah.
like a metronome.
I was just hoping I'd just get hit in the face with it on microphone.
You want to be beat to death? That sounds awful.
Yeah, even if it is Morris Day in the time.
Well, now you all know how we all want to go.
Except for me, and I'm gonna just move on.
It's all fucked up.
Old age in my bed.
It's all fucked up.
So, a question I have about this scene is, why are they both getting to go at once? It's interesting that they
It is
just
interesting.
doubled up on this one when they, as far as we know, have been doing singular drops to this point. But do they bundle it up by when they capture you? I don't know.
Those are the
Doesn't
rules
matter.
of the court. Is if you're captured together, you have to go together.
That's the
I
toy
mean,
box killer
That's
playing
right.
his tape.
That's right. He did keep multiples at one time.
Hot Rod and Cup up close. They're looking at the courtroom with what could only be described as contempt.
Trying to transform.
Cup notes that they cannot transform. Hot Rod states they should keep trying. The judge commands them to shut the fuck up, or they're going to face contempt of court, which is like,
What's the worst? What are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Kill me?
Put me
It's
back
like
in the
that,
cell?
It's like that joke when you're quitting a job. What are they gonna do? Fire me? Yeah.
So, yeah. So, Hot Rod delivers a classic line.
Classic.
Ryan, you want to?
You can't have it back.
You want to deliver it?
I have nothing but contempt for this court.
I love the design of the Quintessa face masks. By the way,
Oh, they're great.
They
Flora
are.
Dairy, yeah. Every face is great. I love it.
I feel like these characters on this planet in particular, like the people running the show just said, Flora Dairy, you just do whatever,
Go balls out. It's like you do get crazy.
and they just let it ride. So the prosecutor continues to ask the judge, guilty, innocent, and then the judge reveals it's fifth face.
The death face.
The fifth face.
And reveals the verdict, which is innocent. And with that, the plank drops out from underneath Hot Rod and Cup, and they begin their descent into the Sharkticon pit. Mm-hmm. Halfway down the pit, their restraints disappear, and then sploosh into the liquid inner John tank. Why would they take away their restraints?
That is something I thought of too. Is that maybe, I don't know, they're toxic to the Sharkticons.
Oh,
I
is that
couldn't
what it
come.
is?
That's how I framed it in my mind.
They
Because I'm
gotta-
like, it makes
they
no
gotta-
sense.
They got to get them back and use them for the next victims.
But
So they disappear and reappear
Yeah,
in
like,
like a
oh,
storage
oh.
closet
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's right.
I can't remember. Was Kranich or Arbalest, was he restrained whenever? I can't remember.
I don't think so, but maybe he wasn't deemed as hostile as these
Yeah.
two.
But yeah, it was a weird point. And also, like, now we're seeing them dive down to the bottom of... I just thought it was strange.
Well, it keeps them from transforming.
That's
That's true.
Maybe, but how do they know they're Transformers? Because they got wheels and stuff, and they're like, "What the fuck else are you gonna do with
Yeah.
those
Maybe the
things?"
Alicons told them because they rolled up to that swamp in vehicle mode.
Well, and also, fast forward into the future, into the television show, we learned the Quintessons are the
Built the
creators
Autobot,
of
or the Transformers, yeah.
So there you go.
That's
We
true.
already knew that shit.
So
made-
they were like, I see an Autobot insignia on him.
Put
You
on-
think he's a Transformer?
Put the loop on him. The loop thing.
Put the glowing hula hoop around
But then why'd
him.
they release the hoop? And the only thing I can
Right.
really get at is maybe they want to see a struggle that they feel
Sure.
will ultimately end in
Oh,
their death no
yeah.
matter what. Maybe it's a gladiatorial kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is in my script.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Well, we'll get to that. So the guys are in the tank, and Hot Rod notes that there are a lot of Sharkticons. So many, in fact, that were they to use their photon weapons, they would certainly find themselves out of projectiles before all the beasts were slain. And that's where Cup proposes an alternate offensive strategy, Demolition Derby. So the boys transform, head towards the bottom of the tank while the crunching guitar riff of Kick Axe's Hunger
Yes.
Yeah.
begins to
Ryan-
shred.
Ryan hates music.
I would say I
think you like nostalgic music.
there's an addendum. I would the only if music were to disappear from the world, the only thing I would miss about it is in movies. Like music in movies is necessary. Because I do love this song in this part, but also like this is a bit of a digression, but John Carpenter's Halloween, they did a rough cut of it and showed it to audiences before he had time to put in his score, and people did not find it scary. And then
Sure.
after he put in the music, it really like heightens it to that level. So yeah, I'll let music
so
exist.
as far
for
as it
movies.
sets the tone for a more
You're saying-
visual medium.
Yeah.
You're saying that music helps set a certain emotional or mood. Is that what you're saying?
That is what I think.
But
that's
it
what I'm
can't
getting
do
at.
it independently
Yeah,
of cinema.
Yeah. It's an augmentation.
So every live band that has ever performed needs to do is have a giant screen with
Yeah.
a movie running in the background,
Yeah.
So,
and
you
maybe
would you
Ryan.
come see me actually play music live if I like? If it
first
was
of
like
all-
to score, if it was like kind of if I was scoring, or I know what you want me to be the guy that plays the organ for the silent movies.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I would love that. Also, I will say I have seen you play music
And
before,
where?
They don't count as concerts if you're not famous, though. So.
just at bars and stuff.
I call those concerts.
They're shows.
I would love to
Yeah.
go see. Yeah, like oh man, I'm gonna film a silent movie, and then you are gonna score it
Absolutely.
live, and that's our next project.
Yes, sir. I'll
You do
that.
the scores for those film competitions that
I have
Sato.
done some.
Yeah,
Yes, Sato.
you're always
I've
up on
done
that.
it.
I have acted in those.
Before you
movies.
get off, before
right.
you move on, I was going to
These
say
guys.
one thing that's really cool about living in St. Louis is the Plaza, this really nice hotel where famous people have stayed in St. Louis, the Chase Park Plaza. They have a movie theater built into it. And if you go in there on certain nights, there's a guy playing organ
you mentioned this.
before the movie starts. And there is an organ that can come up and drop down into the floor and stuff, and it's used
Nice.
for silent
Is
movies.
is it like built in a style of the old movie theaters, or is it just a regular movie theater that happens to have
I
this?
believe what's happened is it's been a movie theater there for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
and it once used looked old in there, but they've updated it
Sure.
and stuff.
So are you telling me that every movie theater that played silent movies in the era before audio was played live in the theater, they had to get a pianist
Yeah.
to follow us
because they
Yes.
couldn't.
sheet music?
or an orchestra.
Yeah, because they couldn't. It was easier to do
I'm
that
an
than
ignorant buffoon.
than to sync it up. They couldn't get it synced.
What the St. Louis Symphony would do is they do two things. They would play an actual silent movie like Metropolis,
Mm-hmm.
and it is scored. It's not just a guy on a piano, or
they would
or
do the score live.
They would play the orchestra part live, and that was how it was commonly done for some of the big features like that. If it was a smaller like silent movie, you'd have a guy on a piano usually, because it had to. I mean,
the music helped set the tone. It was a silent
That's
movie.
right.
You didn't have
there was
Yeah.
the vocal
Yeah, so you
medium
do
to
that.
to
Yeah.
feel the drama, but the piano or organ one. Hey, I get it, guys. I guess I just always assumed that maybe
It's a
they
cool-
put it on a phonograph or something.
No,
and just
that
ride.
was tried, but they couldn't get it synced properly.
Yeah, you had to have the pianist or the musician be, kind of watch the scene changes and know then when to change the mood. So
Stupid early cinematic
it's cool.
troglodytes.
It's really cool.
I remember, and this is funny of like a situation where you realize something really late in life. About a year ago, I realized why they call them movies, because they move.
And so
All right.
the Sharkticons at this point take a peek under the surface of the water, one by one, and then in larger groups they dive and make chase. Hot Rod and Cup sink to the bottom and continue their dive, and that is where this movie ends for us.
Yeah, and we get to hear that
in this
the
climactic
heavy metal sting, and then when I see what I want, I'm gonna take it.
And that is unfortunate. We just get a little taste, a little. The tip goes in for us of the kick axe. Those Sharkticons really do look more like anglerfish, but I understand you can't really make a cool name out of anglercon.
Anglerfish cons.
Yeah, the Sharkticons.
Sharkticon just sounds better. It's
It
a
does.
shark, man.
But like when you look at them, they do not look like they're designed for aquatic life. Like they kind of, I guess, have the bodies of frogs a little bit, but then they don't have like any flippers or seeming any way to move about the aquatic world.
And they're also made of metal.
Sure,
They look like tadpoles.
but so are submarines
Tadpoles with shark fins.
True.
and their little arms.
I like their little mace tails.
Yeah, that comes in a little bit later.
Just give them a break, man.
Stop body shaming the Sharkticons.
Guys, we need to be more woke.
That's
on
right.
this podcast. We can talk for a second here about Spectre General, aka Kick-Axe.
Sure.
We obviously covered them in a previous episode as they did the song where Hot Rod was, or what was that previous song? Shit, was it Nothing's Gonna Stand in Our Way?
Not tonight.
And that's the song when Hot Rod drops into the original John Ocean.
Yeah, there's every time you go underwater, it has to be heavy metal music is playing it down there.
Specifically Kick-Axe, aka Spectre General.
That's why we haven't heard much from them, is because they were like, we're only gonna play underwater scenes in movies. That's all our music's gonna be, man.
They invented the platform of aquatic rock.
Oh, I love it. It's 3 songs.
But there's no like blub blub blubs like when I think of aquatic music, I think solely of World 1, 2 of Super Mario Brother. But so this is a song, guys. I checked out the lyrics about wanting something so bad, but ultimately being unable to find or achieve it.
This is like, so it's like the incel anthem.
I don't know what that is.
Incel, involuntary celibacy. Those, the
Like we would have just known that.
You don't know incel? It's like...
I mean, I'm not surprised that movement exists. Or that there's
It's horrible.
And that there's a voluntary... In fact, I know it, but to know the shorthand for it is if you're part of the community.
No.
And to act like Nina would know, because like it's on the news every day.
It is on the news.
Like,
I thought like incel was some kind of battery or something.
Well, it's, I guess, positive that you don't know about it, but it's like, those horrible men. It's like
if
the
it's
internet.
positive, it might be a battery.
It's like the internet nice guy. It's a horrible community of people who are awful, misogynist, terrible people, and like they call themselves incels for involuntary celibacy, and it's disgusting. And so I don't know how we got here. I can't remember how I made that connection.
wanting something so bad but being unable to find or achieve it.
That's their whole thing. The women are terrible because they're refusing to have sex with these awful men.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Hey, go to the gym and learn how to talk to people, you stupid, ugly fools.
Yeah, well, they're just awful people.
Or buy a prostitute.
Sex worker, please.
Don't do that. You don't deserve the company of women until you learn to have a conversation.
Or get a sex worker. I mean, but that's the whole thing is they don't want a sex worker. They want somebody who wants them, but unfortunately they're empty and horrible.
They want them, but they want the worst version of them.
They want it all on their terms.
If you don't care for me when I'm like this, then you don't deserve me when I'm like this.
Yeah, anyway. I'm sorry I even brought it up.
So this song was covered by King Cobra on their 1985 album, Ready to Strike. Caleb, are you familiar with King Cobra?
No, so this is not Spectre General? This is King Cobra?
No, this is Spectre General,
okay,
a.k.a. Kick-Axe.
Yes.
But this song, this is their song, but it was covered by another band called King Cobra. And I was asking you because I thought if anybody in this room knew about King Cobra, you might. But perhaps it sounds like you don't.
Wait, where does King Cobra come into play here?
They covered this song.
Why do we care about that?
Because King Cobra was a band founded by drummer Carmen Appice after his tenure with Ozzy Osbourne. So he founded his own band. He said, fuck you, Ozzy. Okay. I'm not actually sure if that's what happened. And that band, in addition to covering this song just on an album, also contributed to the Iron Eagle soundtrack, which we know has Transformers the movie connections.
I see.
With the song Iron Eagle, parentheses, Never Say Die.
Yes.
You know what? I think music might be kind of cool. I've had a real arc during this episode. Music's A-okay.
Well, now we know the context in which you enjoy music.
Yeah.
Which is as a soundtrack.
That's right.
That's fine.
A movie.
I think we could get Ryan to a concert then if it was like a silent movie.
Perhaps. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perhaps we could see them with friends of the show, the Cybertronic Spree. Would you go see? You would see Cybertronic
I would
Spree.
see that. Yeah, that's because that's also there's an interesting component to that. It's just not some frumpy dudes playing guitar.
Also, it is very presumptuous of me to say friends of the show. By the way,
I do like how you
people who have acknowledged the show in one way or another mildly,
even the most
Cybertronic Spree,
Twitter account likers.
So, guys, you could still see Kick-Axe. That's what's actually awesome. If you are Canadian or just a very enthusiastic American friend that lives hopefully in the northern Minnesota and Dakotan part, you can catch these guys at the Grey Eagle Event Center on June 15th and the Century Casino on June 16th with, of course, Killer Dwarfs and Helix opening for them. Whoa. So these guys are all over Canada. I think we discussed in earlier episodes that these guys are still a pretty frequent. They had hits in Canada, like outside of this movie. They were
outside
like a
of
big
this country.
Yeah, right. They were a big Canadian.
They were mostly maple syrup based songs.
That's right.
That is offensive to Canadians. I want to walk that back.
It was all about the maple syrup and also giant tariffs on American chicken.
Well, I see what I want. I'm gonna take it. It's like fork in a pancake or something.
It's a whole bottle on a short stack.
Ooh, food porn.
Stupid fucking Canadians.
Wait, did I say that? The views of Caleb Carter are not representative.
Not indicative of the Autobot Decepticast.
So, guys, I think that means it's time for some
Deviations.
For the listener familiar with the format of this show, Aaron Thweet speaking is going to go first, as he generally does not have as crazy a script, and I'm going to guess that Ryan has something a little more nutso than what I have. So,
and then I listen attentively.
That's right.
That's Caleb.
Caleb has a great role, and he has input, feedback.
That's right.
So while Hot Rod and Cup are on the plank, instead of whispering to each other about not being able to transform, instead, Cup we get a little payoff on that whole missing part scenario. Cup says to Hot Rod, "Remember when you put me together today?" And Hot Rod says, "Sure, that's all I've got to think about." And then Cup says, "I know what part you forgot." And so then the sentencing takes place, the fellows are dropped to their doom, and Cup, because of the, quote, missing part, is able to double-jointedly slip out of the restraints. Oh. And then Cup says, "That doohickey you lost was part of my shoulder socket. Watch this, lad. Without it, I'm as double-jointed as Houdini," which is gotta be a dated reference for Cybertronian 2005. Cup shoots off Hot Rod's restraints then, and Hot Rod says, "Wish you'd figured that out sooner." And that's how they got out. And
Thanks a lot now.
Dickhead. It seems like
I think it would have been
appropriate
funny
timing
if
to
Cup
me.
was.
Wow.
Remember what is Cup's? How does Cup ask the question? What does he say?
Remember when you put me together today? I know what parts you forgot.
So it'd be funny. Remember when you put me together today
Take two.
Remember when Cup said,
Oh my God.
I don't know if I can.
And so Ryan, what have you got?
Well, no. I want to hold on that for a second.
I just wanted to say it'd be funny if Cup said, "Remember when you put me together today?" And Hot Water was like, "Oh no." And then it just like
That paid off.
yeah, it's like, no, it didn't.
Oh, that's all staying in. So basically he does like the Mel Gibson thing in Lethal Weapon where he gets out of the straitjacket, like because of a trick shoulder.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I can't remember what year that came out, but it sounds like maybe Ron Friedman was watching that movie.
I like this crazy cop
I like
character.
this Riggs. I bet he says terrible things to women and Jews.
What if Hot Rod is actually based on Riggs from Lethal Weapon? And of course, Cup is the Danny Glover character.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Oh, I'm gonna rewatch the movie with that as my
Diplomatic
point of reference.
immunity. It's been revoked.
So Ryan,
wow.
what do you got in terms
Okay,
of
well, if you
deviations?
remember on ours, on our last script deviation, whenever we talked about the Quintessons and like Arbalest getting killed, it wasn't a Sharkticon tank. It was basically an arena where he was given a stun stick and had to fight to the death.
Okay, so it was very
Gladiatorial.
to begin with.
Yeah, and so here we are at the arena at the Quintesson Castle compound, and they're herded in, Hot Rod and Cup are herded in this arena, and they face the Quintesson leader who says, "Trespassers, you have been found guilty under the laws of Quintesson." And then the Sharkticon guards hands them each a long stun stick, clacking at them gleefully, licking its fangs with a forked steel segmented tongue. Which is a little gross.
I wish they would have added that. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I guess. Hot Rod says to Cup, "Riley, do you remember a trial? If we had one, I want to fire our lawyer." And then Cup hefts the stun stick and says, their heads seem their only soft spot, lad." Which I don't understand that
They're
sentence
all head.
at all. And then turns to Hot Rod, very solemn, and I thought this was interesting, and says, "Till all are one." And this comes in a couple of
That's
these
what people
episodes.
say when they're accepting death.
Yeah.
And Hot Rod, "Not so fast with that farewell stuff. I have an idea." And then we angle on the lead Quintesson. He rotates to the death's head. "Therefore, I now sentence you both to..." And then Hot Rod twirls the stun stick like a quarterstaff, exploding the heads off of two Sharkticon guards, and twirls it and forces it at the ground, and then like it runs like a pole vaulter. Hot Rod shoves the end of the stun stick into the ground just ahead of several Sharkticons, and it explodes and shoots him into the sky.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then he like launches toward the lead Quintesson in the tower, in parentheses, or grandstand. He can't decide. This comes in a lot, whether it's a tower or a grandstand. I don't know. And then the Quintesson face starts rotating, and Hot Rod volts into the shot, landing right beside the lead Quintesson and pins him against the wall using his stun stick in a horizontal position across the lead Quintesson's neck. And if you remember, this is still going off the fact they're bipedal, I think, in this script. It's still fluorodairy. And then on Hot Rod and the lead Quintesson, as the Quintesson face rotates to the angry expression, he says, "You cannot escape!" And Hot Rod says, "Maybe not, but neither can you!" And that's where we'll stop for that episode.
Very action-packed.
Yeah.
With Hot Rod and Cup taking control very quickly.
It sounds pretty cool, actually.
It's an interesting the evolution from that moment to this moment, because I guess I get what they were going for with this whole like trial, and you're found innocent but you still die because we're ruthless, cold-blooded killers, but you don't even know what they're on trial for. Like the whole like just idea of a trial just doesn't make sense in this context. And at least in your version, I guess it makes a little more sense, because it says they've at least been found guilty of some trespassing or something, right? But
yeah, I guess it is weird to even have it in a trial format as opposed to just an execution for
why not just
fun.
be sadistic? Yeah,
I guess it just makes it all seem like higher weirdness. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a strange component.
Yeah. I don't think it flows perfectly, but, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, when you see what you want, you're gonna take it.
On that, I think it's time for that little ghost to visit us that does every now and again. So, okay, we can.
I'm the ghost of the iconic moment.
Caleb, what's your iconic moment of this minute?
Well, I do think it's pretty cool when they splash into the water.
Good animation.
Great.
Good water, hand drawing skills.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
All right.
Ryan, what do you like?
I mean, it's probably maybe my favorite line in the movie. I have nothing but contempt for this court.
That's a good one. I wish I'd have picked that one.
I want to make a shirt that shows Hot Rod and it just says nothing but contempt.
Maybe
'Cause I fucking hate that guy.
I like him now. I think he's coming into his own.
I don't really hate him.
yeah. You could do it in the style of Shepard Fairey and have contempt be the word below it. That meme isn't played out a decade ago,
I'd like to
right?
have him like dressed up as Matlock or Perry Mason or
That's pretty good.
what's the Boo Radley? What's that book?
To Kill a Mockingbird with Atticus Finch
Yeah.
As played by Gregory Peck.
Yes, we could go there too.
or Clarence Darrow. Mm-hmm. Lots of famous lawyers, guys.
I'm going to go with Matthew McConaughey from the best courtroom drama of all time, A Time to Kill.
Where he's like, all right, guilty. I was just thinking. I was thinking of the T-shirt with the cereal where they make this scene, the Quintessos.
I have nothing but
Contempt for this crunch.
Yeah. We'll put that one back on the website.
Yep.
I wrote down the whole just like the drop when they're found innocent, and the statement about like when Cup makes the statement about Demolition Derby as the solution to getting out of their pickle. You knew you were about to see some fucking cool shit.
Yeah, I like the Demolition Derby bit.
Which we'll get into the next minute.
That's
guys.
right. Stay tuned. Next time on the Autopod Decepticast.
We're gonna see the payoff on that Demolition Derby.
They said it, and they're gonna deliver on it.
That's right. So listen to the show next week. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and
Listen this week.
listen
You're hearing it now.
Listen whenever the fuck you want. You know what? You're in control of your life.
It's on demand program.
I assume you have a set schedule.
Just say
when
say next episode. I'm just trying to help get out of this situation here.
He felt it was getting volatile.
Oh man, Caleb, I appreciate the bailout.
Sorry. Yeah.
So we're on our social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. All of them at APODcast. And of course, we've got web presence wrapped up in tiny little bows at autopoddecepticast.com. iTunes users, rate and subscribe the fuck out of us. Why don't you?
Please.
Brown paper package. Brown paper packages tied up with string. That fell apart
Brown
almost.
paper peppers?
Brown paper pepper. All right, we'll.
Remember when you put Xavier to play? That was me making fun of you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. I got on a kick of I listened to this audiobook about the 1918 flu pandemic. Mm-hmm. Man,
It killed a lot of people.
it killed 3 to 6% of the world's population.
Yeah, not to mention during that time was also World War One,
Yep. In fact,
which was killing millions of people as well.
they believe it started in a camp, like an army camp in Kansas, was the origination of it, and then they took it over to Europe. And yeah, it killed more people in 24 months than AIDS killed in 24 years.
It killed a lot of people.
Like 50 to 100 million.
How did it quote unquote start? Like, I mean, what was special about it?
It was just H1N1.
Okay.
It H1N1's been part of 2 flu pandemics. Basically, it mutated and became extremely virulent, and it actually was so virulent that it burned itself out and mutated into a safer form. But it was interesting because, like the flu that we have this year, it killed mostly healthy young adults, like in 30s, 40s, as opposed to children and old people, which most flu kills. And the reason was it was so virulent that their immune system put up such an aggressive fight, it burned their body out. Like there were people that didn't even know they were sick and died of it, like within like a day.
Wow.
But it like fluid in the lungs mostly was what killed them, or the secondary infection of pneumonia, like Caleb had. Fascinating stuff.
I'm glad that I've never had pneumonia.
I haven't either. It killed more people. It killed the same number of people that took the Black Death to do in a century. It killed that in 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's weird that we don't really know, like, that isn't...
We don't talk about it.
It's crazy. Can you imagine, like, some of the population, like, some, like, small communities were completely eradicated, but can you imagine, like, being in a city where 20% of the people are dead? Like, nobody's on the street. People are just dead in their houses because people can't get to them to give them food or whatever. It's crazy. Like, you'd think the world was ending.
Be a lot more job opportunities.
Blow cells, where we sell good.